Let's talk about how to transform a 3D model with Envision. I will use the same model I did from the last video. I will import it on the canvas and enter the 3D edit mode. Up here under transform, I have all the tools that I need to explode my model in any direction. I can move parts linearly and spherically, as well as drag parts around and rotate them in any angle. First, I will select the Linear Explode tool. Now, when I move my cursor, I will see that it has turned into a right arrow. This is the indicator for selecting a part. I will drag my cursor to the model and click on a highlighted part. Envision will select the highlighted part for me and bring up a triad on its center. If I'm not able to select the part that I want by highlighting it, I can come to the assembly tree pane and select the part I want here. This will also highlight the item clicked and bring its triad to the screen as well. To extrude a part linearly, I can drag the triad arrows side to side. While holding down my mouse button, you will notice a gray line that stands for the axis I'm in, and an orange line that stands for the distance the part is being exploded by. To specify the distance, I can turn the Transform Numerically ribbon on and move one of the triad arrows again to bring up the following window. Here, I can specify the X, Y, and Z measurements for my parts explosion. The default measurements are in millimeters, but Envision will understand any distance abbreviation, so for example, I can write a numerical value like so, and put inches after it. If I were to click OK, then that will explode my part by that distance. I can also transform a part numerically without having this ribbon selected. I will deselect the Transform Numerically ribbon and select the same part again. If I click once on one of the triad arrows, the transformation window will come up again. Spherical Explode and Cylindrical Explode are very similar. They transform multiple objects to their designated shape. A spherical explosion, for example, will move parts in the shape of a sphere, while the cylindrical explosion will move parts in the shape of a cylinder. To use this tool, I will go to the front view of my model and click Select Rectangle ribbon. With this, I will select the whole front of my part like so, and I will go back to the earlier orientation. While holding my right Shift key, I will click on this part to deselect it. And now, click on Spherical Explode. Instead of a triad, a sphere comes up on the center of the parts with a blue arrow inside. I will drag the blue arrow outwards, and that is a Spherical Explode. The Cylindrical Explode works the same way. If I press Ctrl Z, my parts will go back to their previous location. I will also click Escape to deselect my current tool. The Translate tool allows me to move parts diagonally on a surface. So I will select this part and you will see that the triad is shaped differently. It now contains these colored planes between the arrows. If I were to drag them like this, a rectangle with 2 dimensions will appear. These are the distances from the previous location of the part to the new location that will be set. If you let go, they will disappear. The Rotate tool allows me to rotate a part. I will select the ribbon and this will transform the triad once more. It brings these arcs around my arrows with line indicators. If I drag them like this, you will see the previous location of the part and the angle it is being rotated. If I were to just click on the angle arcs, it will bring the numerical transformation window up again, where I can specify the angles. Another useful tool is the Free Drag tool. This allows me to just drag the part around the canvas very quickly. I just have to select the part and drag it where I want it to be. Just be careful as this tool will move parts in all 3 directions. Though it may seem that this part is where it needs to be, it most likely is not in the right place. Lastly, if you want your parts or your model to go back to their original locations, you can select them and click the Restore Neutral Position ribbon. You can also press Ctrl A to select all parts and click the ribbon to bring everything to how it was before. In the next video, we will talk about how to use cutting planes.